Hi, today on Volunteer Houston, we're at the American Red Cross, but we're going to talk about collaborating and what goes on inside these walls. So we're talking to agencies that are collaborating here in Houston and around the community. So we're going to be meeting with Memorial Assistant Ministries, MAM, the Society for Performing Arts Houston, and the Woods Project. Some of these agencies have been collaborating and working together for over 50 years, some as little as 5. I'm Cameron Waldner, CEO of Volunteer Houston, and this is Volunteer Houston. Why don't you come with me and find out more? Welcome back to Volunteer Houston. Today we are joined with Jordan Drum from the Society for the Performing Arts. Jordan, thank you so much for being here. Now, tell me a little bit about what you do at SPA.
So SPA is a presenting organization, and we essentially bring in performing artists from around the world of various genres, music, theater, dance, anything in between, to Houston to perform. And so my job as Director of Education and Community Engagement is to take those artists out into the community to get to know various parts of the community, to help Houston's own artists grow and do classes and all sorts of things whenever these artists are in town.
It's kind of two ideas then. So you have the education idea and then the community engagement. Can we talk a little bit about education and what y'all are looking really to accomplish with that?
Yeah, so whenever somebody comes in to Houston, let's say they are of a particular nationality or they do perform a particular art form, it's our job to kind of connect them with the appropriate parties in the community. So if that's Brazilian dance, then we want to find the Brazilian dance community of Houston and help them interact, learn from.
And you're using then volunteers to bridge that gap.
Absolutely. Volunteers are a huge part of what we do. We're a relatively small staff, so we really depend on volunteers to connect us with the community, to tell us about, to use that example, where the Brazilian dance community might be, and oftentimes even to translate for artists, all sorts of things like that.
Well, because now I think Houston has, 92 different spoken languages. So, I mean, if you're hitting a community, there's likelihood that, they don't speak good English or bad English, they're speaking something else.
Exactly. And I think with the variety of the artists that Society for the Performing Arts brings in, yes, we are always looking for folks to help us connect with the right folks in the Houston community.
Well, fantastic. So how did you land in this role? What brought you to being at the Society for the Performing Arts?
Yeah, so I was previously held a similar position at a symphony orchestra. And I knew that Society for the Performing Arts brought an incredible variety, I guess, of art forms. And while I love the symphonic idiom and I love that music, it just seemed like a fantastic opportunity to see what else was out there and explore some really interesting, really specific forms of art. So, again, the different nationalities that are coming in, the different genres.
And how long has the Society for the Performing Arts been around here in Houston?
So this is our 49th year currently.
Wow.
We are celebrating our 50th anniversary next season. We've been housed in Jones Hall this entire 50 years. And,
wonderful.
So yeah, we're very much looking forward to all the celebrations and everything that's going to happen along with that.
Very fun. So when you look at that, the other half of what you do is the community side. So how are y'all engaging the community? You said you're bringing folks from all over the world here to Houston. What are y'all looking at on that?
So a lot of our programs may be just a one-off. Whenever we have an artist come in, they may only have one day's worth of activities they can do. So that might mean taking them to a school to deliver a master class with students. That might mean going to university to have a discussion with a particular classroom. It also might mean, when possible, we like to bring them in for an extended period of time to do what we call artist residencies. And so over the course of let's say a week, these artists get to know a group of students or participants a little bit better, get to do some extended activities with them. It's not just a one-off come in, discuss, and you're out.
So y'all really are dealing with some high-skilled volunteers then that y'all are looking for. So can you walk me through what a volunteer does at SPA, and that's not SPCA, right? there's a mix-up y'all get sometimes with that, right?
That's right, at just SPA, absolutely. So a volunteer with SPA can expect to do any number of variety of things. I think it sort of mimics the variety of our season. It may be, again, translating. It may be picking up an artist from a hotel and taking them into the community to a particular venue. It may be checking students in to a master class. It might be doing arts and crafts at the Theater District Open House. It really, it is completely varied from time to time, and I think that's what's so fantastic about our volunteers. They're all very flexible, which they have to be, given how much their responsibilities might change from session to session.
Wonderful. And if you had to pick a certain event over the 50 years that y'all been out in the community, what kind of is one of those highlights that you would look at that you'd want the community to know about that makes SPA just one of these crowning jewels here in Houston?
Every other year, SPA presents the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, which is an incredible organization, its own storied history, and they also come every other year to deliver a residency for our students. So not only are these students learning about dance and how to become better dancers, but they're also learning a lot of life lessons and a lot about the world around them through these programs that Alvin Ailey delivers every other year. So I think in particular that Alvin Ailey Dance Residency is a really incredible program that we deliver with the help of many volunteers that help set that off. So.
Now, how many folks are y'all impacting then through the community? It sounds like y'all have a really wide breadth here.
Right. We have about 50,000 audience members come into various theaters that we're presenting at throughout the year, Jones Hall, the Wortham Center, and a few others. But in terms of our community engagement programs, we're looking at just over 70,000.
Just over, humbly, 70,000.
Just over 70,000, and that includes, students and their parents and other members of the community at large. So it's a huge number, and we're very proud of it, and we're always looking for that to grow.
Wonderful, wonderful. So if I wanted to find out more, y'all have a website that people can go to. What's the website?
It's spahouston.org.
Wonderful.
And we're also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. That's just at SPA Houston.
At SPA Houston. Wonderful. So there's easy ways for people to get engaged there, find out more, find some of your photos and your social media, find events coming